Hello souls and demons, and welcome back to the show. Today's story is called Demon Piss, written by me. And if you've been enjoying the show so far, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, a share, or a comment. It all helps a ton. And with that, let's sit back, grip our seats, and enjoy the show. No pain, no gain. You gotta want it to achieve it. When people see someone with more drive than them, someone who's willing to leave humanity behind and become something more, they always have to lash out in jealousy. They act like my hard work is somehow me compensating for something. These damn soy-drinking, low-testosterone runts that have no ambition in life. The real reason they try and demean me is because they ain't me, and they never will be. When you've chosen life as a sheep, you'll always envy the lions that live life to the fullest. My name is Dale Kimber, and I wanted to be the biggest, strongest, most yoked out dude you've ever seen, no matter the cost. I've tried every enhancement out there I could afford to increase my gains, to swell my body to godlike proportions. It's still not good enough. I always needed more. In my mind, I could always get bigger, increase my numbers. I'd rather live a shorter life as a god than a long life as a little pathetic mortal. I'm telling you this now because the philosophy of always gaining with little regard for the future has landed me in my current predicament. Let's start from just before my life turned upside down. About 3 months ago now. I had just started my shift at GNC when I was talking to one of my gym bros, Max. He's a little bigger than me, but he was taking a lot of human growth hormone and other performance enhancers, and I don't want my heart to be 2 times its size. Dude is about 6'2", 265-ish pounds of just sheer yolk. He's at the level I strive for. I'm roughly 6 foot, 205 pounds. And I look shredded, man. My physique is aesthetic, and my personal records are amazing. The big 3, squat, bench, and deadlift, are what I use to measure progress as far as strength goes. And my numbers had been lagging as of the last few months. I was complaining that I had plateaued and was looking for a bit of an edge to boost my strength gains, without adding any more weight. I was a cool 205 pounds of sheer muscle, but my lifts weren't progressing how I wanted. Dude, just add some extra cc's to your test booster. That or stop being a puss and sauce it up with some trenbolone sandwiches. Trenbolone, or Tren, is a steroid that is up to 3 times as potent as using testosterone injections for building muscle and strength. But the problem is, I can't afford that shit with my crappy GNC job. Between all the food that I eat and my test booster, my supplements, and my premium gym membership. Bro, I know you live home with the fam, but I can't afford that sauce. Plus, bro, I don't want my nips looking like one of those orangutans after having a baby. I quip back, casually tossing a 20-pound box of pre-workout to Max. Max catches the box and gives me a smile. Sucks to suck, bro. You'll get on my level one day. Stay small, bro chacho. Now, I might have laughed at his little taunt, but my insecurities had been getting the best of me lately. All the guys at my gym were huge. It wasn't a novice gym at all. I felt like out of the hierarchy of swollenness there, I was maybe mid to low tier. I know it's the fact that I just can't get the same juice everyone else has. I was being left behind. It wasn't fair in my eyes. Why do I gotta settle for being smaller when I lived among titans? I want to live as a god. I want to look like Atlas holding up the world, but more yoked. I want to be able to bench press 2 women in each hand and take them home to show them the power of an immortal. So after my first shift that day, I had a subpar workout. I just wasn't feeling it today. I only made it an hour out of my usual 2-hour routine. I just couldn't stand to look at all these huge dudes going to the shred zone, while being 50+ pounds heavier than me and looking better. I knew if I could just get some proper sauce, I'd surpass them all. After slamming a double serving of my protein shake, I started walking home. I was listening to my radio app with my headphones. I had it turned to some sick power metal to keep my spirits up. Midway through this sick guitar solo, this silly infomercial music started playing. Great. Another ad. Are you sick of being small? Are your human limitations keeping you from your goals? Is your wallet hurting from all the junk in the fitness market you're using to get stronger? Some dude with a slimy voice chimed. My mind perked up and started focusing on what he was saying. Well, look no further. With demon piss, anything is possible. That's right. One dose of our steroid alternative is guaranteed to increase your strength immediately. And it's even proven to grow masses. Even though the grow masses part was some pretty bad writing, I kept listening with rapt attention. For just $5.99 and the loss of your eternal soul, you too can have this power. Just call 1-800-DEMON. That's 1-800-DEMON. Call now, while supplies last. Demon piss. Sounds disgusting. They didn't even say what kind of product it was. Though $5.99 wasn't a bad price. I've bought shit from the dark web, this can't be any worse. Or so I thought. Lifting my phone from my front pocket, I dialed the 1-800 number. The line didn't ring, yet a strange voice answered immediately. Demon piss, you looking to buy? The voice is light and slimy sounding, almost exactly like the guy from the ad. Yeah, man, that's why I'm calling, I reply. Are you ready to leave humanity behind? The voice says. You can hear a slight tremble in his voice. Sure, man, I'll give it a shot, I say, getting my wallet out to read off my card number. First bottle is free. All I need is for you to sign for it when it arrives. Can you do that? Slime voice says, each word hanging. Yeah, I can do that. That's... The guy cut me off mid-sentence. Fucking dick. Good. See you soon, Dale. The line cuts abruptly. I look at my phone, confused. He knew my name? What the fuck? He didn't even get my address. I tried calling the number back, but I kept getting the phone number you were trying to reach is no longer in service message. Fucking weirdos, I mumbled as I put my music back on and finished my walk home. The next day was my day off, and a rest day to boot, so I was trying to sleep in when I heard a pounding on my front door. Considering I live in a small studio apartment, it felt like my entire house was shaking from it. I look at my phone for the time. 3:33 a.m. Who in the hell would be knocking on my door at this time? Probably a tweaker, I think to myself. I choose to stay in bed and try to ignore the loud knocks. They didn't stop. If anything, they seemed to get louder and faster. Throwing my covers off, I hop out of bed and head to the door. My house is so cold my nips could sink the Titanic. I don't use my AC much and it's in the middle of summer, so there's no reason it should be this cold, even at 3 a.m. As soon as I reach my door, the knocking stops and instead, I hear what sounds like lights scratching. I flick my small porch light on and look through my peephole. I couldn't believe it. There was a man standing there. Features were obscured, but he was wearing what looked like a mailman's outfit, with a hat hiding his facial features in shadow, and he was holding a box with a clipboard. The dude was scrawny, Didn't even fill out the uniform, so I didn't think he was a threat. I opened the door and asked, "Dude, the fuck? It's 3 a.m., what do you want?" Annoyance plain in my voice. I still couldn't see the man's features that well from the shadow covering him, but I could see a glint from his eyes, as a creepily familiar voice replied, "You placed an order. I'm just delivering," the little man says, holding out a box in front of him. "Demon piss? Don't you guys operate under normal hours?" I say, grabbing the box from him. "We tend to operate on our own schedule. Now, here." The obscured man holds out his clipboard. Under the dim light, I can see some kind of a paper with a bunch of words on it. Nobody reads that shit, so I can't tell you what it says. The paper looked and felt weird though, with an uneven thickness and unholy stains all over. From what I could see, it wasn't even white, but like a weird, almost tanned, skin-like color. My observation is cut off by the man shoving a pen in my face. "Just need you to sign, and I'll be on my way," the man says, his voice drawing out the words. Too tired to care and too annoyed to ask questions, I take the pen and sign my name at the bottom on the line that says, "Sign here." "Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy your product," the man says with a sly grin, turning around and leaving quickly. I watch him shuffle away with an odd gait, like one foot was higher than the other. I shrug and slam my door closed. I'll look at this later, I think to myself, tossing the box on my small kitchen table and heading back to bed. I wake up at around noon. I felt like shit, probably because I overslept and I was woken up too late. Tossing my blankets unceremoniously, I hop out of bed and begin cooking my anabolic breakfast. 10 eggs, 2 cups of oatmeal, and some steak. Gotta eat big to get big, as they say. I notice the box on my table while I'm eating hunched over my plate. I thought that was just a bad dream. I snag the box with my offhand and punch the seam of the box until I can wiggle a finger inside, balance one side against my face, and tear it open. Out pops a small greenish-yellow vial of what I could only imagine to be some kind of a liquid, a small dropper, and a little card. Inspecting the contents of the vial, I notice small chunks floating inside. I set the vial down and pick up the card, which oddly enough only has a few simple directions. Once a day, 1 drop of demon piss per eye. For super physiological effects, do not take more than directed. The bottle of liquid has no writing on it whatsoever, and a Google search shows no results when looking up the product. This is seeming more suspect by the minute. But I figured, what's the worst that can happen, right? I mean, the stuff had an ad online, it had to be legit. Finishing up breakfast, I go take a cold shower to get my mind and my body ready for today's workout. Next, I do my test injection, followed by the first dose of demon piss. The drops sting my eyes a little, but nothing too serious. I wasn't sure how much or when I was supposed to dose it, so I figured the best time would be in the mornings when testosterone production is at its highest. Science, bitch! I put my wireless buds in and started the only cardio fitting a beast such as myself. A slow, steady walk to the gym. Padding down the street listening to Post Malone, I felt a twinge of some kind in my left eye. It kind of hurt, but dissipated after rubbing it. Probably allergies, I thought. I had just finished my 10th set on bench press when I got really lightheaded. I tried shaking my head to clear it and slowed my breathing to try and come out of it. I started losing the fight and my vision began to fade. I could hear the muffled voice of Max yelling for me, and then everything went black. I was in a dark room, seated on some kind of chair. The air was putrid, smelled like rotten eggs. Did I leave old boiled eggs in my bag? Gross. Looking around, I couldn't see past my hand, 2 feet in front of my face. But I could hear a voice. It was hoarse and raspy, speaking in a language I've never heard. What? I shouted, perplexed. The hoarse voice cuts short and begins to speak in English, slowly and methodically.
Do you desire power, Dale?
The voice asks seductively. Where the fuck am I?
You're in your exercise hall. Listen, I can give you power. I can make you the strongest and biggest man in the world. All you need to do is submit.
The last word jolts me awake, and I can see the shitty gym fluorescent lights above me, as well as a voice I do recognize. Bro! Dale! Bro! His massive hulking form, cradling my body in his arms, shaking me wildly. I'm good, bro. That set was just too heavy. I start to stand up, gripping Max's swollen, heavily veined forearm in the process. You good to finish the workout, dude? Max asks, his eyebrow arched. Yeah, just gonna take it easy and hit some skull crushers though. Heading home after, I feel like shit, bro. Max nods and we finish our workout separately. My left eye hurts like a mother, a constant pulsing, vibrating pain. I quickly finish up my remaining sets and start heading back home. I pass a few women jogging, looking hella fit, when I hear and feel a voice in my head say,
Delectable, feed me.
I cast my eyes down. What the hell is that? I say. I'm losing my mind. I keep walking, but the voice continues.
Stop. Follow. Feast.
The hoarse voice demands, as I feel my head turn involuntarily back to the pair of joggers. I, to my own dismay, let out some cringe-level hiss, with spittle flying out of my mouth, teeth bared. The joggers turn around at the sound and begin laughing at me. I whip my head back around, embarrassed, and begin stubbornly marching on my original course. My head feels like it's going to split open, and a near-deafening, piercing sound fills my ears. I hold my hand to my head and try to shake the pain away.
Meet,
the voice says, and all goes dark. I wake up in my bed. The clock on my nightstand says 2 a.m. I'm completely naked, and the pain in my eye is worse than ever before. I get up from my bed, having to peel myself off of the sheets. I shuffle to the bathroom to take a look at myself in the mirror. When I flick the lights on, I was absolutely horrified at what I saw. Both of my eyes were gaunt, with a purple-like bruise around them. My left eye in particular had changed completely. There was now a spiral-like purple tendril that wound its way to my pupil, which was now a deep yellow. Every time I blinked, it hurt, badly. I kept blinking, hoping the horrible sight would go away. I poked the ghastly sight, and it moved. The little purple tendril thing twitched, sending a shockwave of pain down the side of my face and to the back of my head. Amidst my freakout, I almost didn't notice my body. It was covered in dried, flaking blood, from my mouth to my hands, all over my chest and stomach, drenched in scarlet. I rush out of the bathroom and look for my phone. I tear my house up looking for it. I can't seem to find it at all. When I get to the entrance to the kitchen, I notice the bloodstains on the ground. The trail leads to the refrigerator. I'm hesitant to open the door, unsure if I even want to know what's inside. I give a morbid chuckle and open the door. Inside is a ghastly sight. All of my regular groceries had been thrown out, replaced by meat, blood, and gore of all kinds inside. There were what appeared to be various human body parts placed on the few plates that I keep in my house. A foot here, a thigh there, and at the top was a human head. A female human head to be exact. I couldn't make out exactly who it was as the face had been chewed apart. Flaps of meat hanging off of it like a freshly sliced deli meat. Eyeballs staring vacantly forward. I fall backwards numb, head bumping my countertop. I stare at nothing, trying to keep my breathing even. Unable to process what was happening, I stood up and plodded over to the bathroom and got into the shower. I needed to clean my body. I was going to call 911 for my eye, but after finding the bodies, I knew I couldn't do that. I have no idea what the hell happened, how it happened. I know that I didn't do this. My hands were shaking, my nerves fully activated as I watched the red rinse off and spiral down into the drain.
I need more.
That damn voice again. Leave me alone.
That won't happen. We are one. Until I am done.
The voice sounded more intelligent somehow, like it had grown a few extra brain cells. Get out of my head. I wait for the voice to respond, but it doesn't. Not right away. I've gone insane. That's all there is to it. The voice cuts off my thoughts and continues.
I require a little more satiation. A few more souls. A few more morsels. Then I will have what I want. And you shall have what you want. You signed up for this. Remember.
I didn't sign up for this. Fuck you. What is this? What are you? Why me?
You answered our ad, our call. You wanted to be stronger, bigger. Don't worry. It'll happen whether you want it or not.
The voice finishes. I felt an overwhelming exhaustion hit me. I lightly dry off with whatever towel I had on the ground and stumbled to the couch, laying down. Pressing my hands to my forehead, I try to think, but I'm just so tired that I drift off to sleep. I'm awoken by someone pounding on my front door, each thud causing the sharp pain in my eye to spike. I open the door quickly. It's Max. He's in his usual gym attire, with an aghast and quizzical look on his face. Bro, put some fucking clothes on. It's gym time, Max says, entering my dark house, not even waiting for an invitation. Fucker. What's wrong with you, man? It smells like ass in here. Have some pride in yourself, Max berates. I close my door, a mixture of brain fog and incredible pain in my eye, not making me question the fact that Max just walked into a naked dude's house. There aren't closer friends than gym bros, but there is a line. Max, dude, why are you here? I ask, pressing my hand to my left eye, trying to make the pain go away. Max turns to look at me and raises an eyebrow. You haven't been answering your phone. You always have that shit on and charged. Figured I'd come by and see why you're losing out on gains. Max looks me up and down appraisingly, totally no homo, and continues. But I can see you've been hitting it without me. You finally joined the trend game? You're looking huge, dude. It's only been a week since I've seen you last. Where did you get your new gear? Confused, I look down and inspect my physique. It's absolutely yoked and shredded. My biceps have a massive Arnold-like peak, and my abs look like something crafted by the gods. The rest of my features are similarly massive. I didn't notice due to the sheer volume of shit I've been dealing with. Wait, a week? I ask, as I just saw Max yesterday. Yeah, bro. You haven't been at work, the gym. I figured you ghosted me. He responds, his expression incredulous.
This will do.
The voice starts up again. No, not again, I shout. Max is speaking, but I can't hear his words. Sound is gone. I only feel the pain in my eye, and the voice speaks again.
Feast.
I can feel my body, all of my limbs, but I have no control over them. My eye feels like it's burning, ripping. There's just so much pain. I see my arms stretch towards Max and grip his shoulders, his eyes going wide. Suddenly my vision blurs and the pain gets worse. I lose vision in my left eye, and I let out a throaty howl. With my remaining right eye, I can still see a blurry purplish shape fly out from where my face is towards Max and wrap itself around his neck. He desperately tries to struggle, but his head turns red, then a shade of purple as his oxygen is cut off. The world begins to fade in and out as Max and I fall to the ground at the same time. Lying on my side, I'm able to watch the end of my dear gym bro Max. The purple tendril that shot out of my eye has formed what looks to be a face. It's serpentine with an impossibly wide mouth and small, needle-like teeth. It opens its maw, wider than what should be possible, and stretches over Max's head, slowly devouring him. At this point, I pass out. When I come to, I'm no longer in my house. I can see a fluorescent light above my head, bleach white walls surrounding me. I'm lying down in a hospital bed, my right arm handcuffed to the metal railing. With my left hand, I touch my face. My left eye is covered in some medical gauze and taped tightly shut. The nurse comes in to check on me, and when she saw I was conscious, she left the room hurriedly. A detective came in and asked me 1,000 questions. I didn't get a lawyer, I just told the truth. I told that man everything. He, of course, didn't believe a word of it. And I would have done time for multiple counts of murder, if not for the fact that my DNA was not a match on any of the bodies found. In fact, the DNA wasn't even human. Forensics had no idea at all what it even was. The only thing left from Max was a small trail of blood, splintered bone, and other bodily fluids leading out from the front door. Because of this, and my preposterous story, I was found unfit for trial and sent to a mental institution. I'm not sure how long I'll be here. And there's no gym, which totally sucks. That doesn't really matter though, because even without working out, I'm still absolutely jacked, and I seem to be getting bigger every day.
Thanks, Demon Piss.